In today's world, our minds are constantly under attack. Every second, we are flooded with distractions, social media notifications, emails, deadlines, news updates, financial worries, and endless overthinking. This mental noise never stops. Most people live in a state of constant mental chatter, carrying regrets from the past, fears about the future, and doubts about themselves. Rarely do they pause to breathe, to clear their minds, to create silence. And yet, it is in that silence, in that emptiness, that true power is found. Emptying your mind is not about escaping reality. It is about freeing yourself from unnecessary clutter so you can focus, create, and live fully. Think of a river. When the river's path is clear, water flows smoothly, full of energy and direction. But if the river is blocked with debris, the water stagnates. Your mind is the same. A cluttered mind loses momentum, creativity, and clarity. An empty mind, on the other hand, flows naturally, full of insight, energy, and possibility. This truth has been recognized throughout history by philosophers, spiritual leaders, and great thinkers. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, once wrote that one must empty oneself of everything and allow the mind to rest at peace. Buddha taught that liberation comes not from more thoughts, but from less, by letting go of attachments and noise. Even the Stoic philosophers urged us to focus only on what we can control and release the rest. Modern science supports this wisdom. Neuroscientists have discovered that when the brain is overloaded with thoughts and stress, the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, decision-making, and creativity, becomes impaired. Multitasking, overthinking, and constant distraction literally weaken our brain's ability to perform at its best. Emptying the mind, then, is not laziness or passivity. It is optimization. It is giving your brain the space it needs to function at its highest capacity. Let me share the story of a young man named Alex. Alex was intelligent, hardworking, and full of ambition. But like many of us, his mind was always busy. He was overwhelmed with social media, deadlines, worries, and regrets. No matter how much effort he put in, he felt stuck and frustrated. One day, he visited his old mentor for advice. The mentor looked at him and said, "Alex, your problem is not lack of skill or knowledge. Your problem is that your mind is too full. You are trying to act from a space of clutter. To unlock your true potential, you must first empty your mind." Alex was confused. "Empty my mind? How can I do that when life is so busy?" he asked. The mentor smiled and replied, "It is not about removing everything instantly. It is about creating space. Imagine your mind is a room. If the room is filled with broken furniture and trash, how can you move freely? First, you must declutter. Then the room becomes usable, open, and powerful." At first, Alex struggled. When he tried meditation, thoughts of work, finances, and worries came flooding in. But he practiced observing those thoughts without judgment, letting them pass like clouds in the sky. Slowly, he felt lighter. His focus sharpened. He began to see opportunities he had missed before. His creativity returned. What changed was not his intelligence or his skills. What changed was his clarity. By emptying his mind, Alex unlocked the potential that was always inside him. The power of an empty mind reveals itself in many ways. It gives us focus, because a cluttered mind jumps endlessly from one thought to another, while an empty mind directs all its energy toward the present moment. It gives us creativity, because innovation comes not from busyness, but from stillness. Many great thinkers, such as Einstein and Steve Jobs, valued quiet reflection and deliberate focus. They knew that in emptiness, new ideas arise. An empty mind also gives us emotional strength. A cluttered mind reacts impulsively, while an empty mind responds wisely. With mental space, we gain control over stress, fear, and anger. Decisions also become clearer when the mind is free from noise. Overthinking clouds judgment, but clarity simplifies choices and strengthens confidence. Above all, emptiness brings freedom. You are no longer a prisoner of worries, but a master of your own thoughts. Another story illustrates this well. Maya was a young entrepreneur with a growing business. From the outside, she was successful, but inside, she was drowning. Endless work, constant decisions, and stress consumed her. She began making mistakes that nearly destroyed her company. On the advice of her mentor, Maya began to take just 10 minutes each day to clear her mind. She practiced meditation, journaling, and even walks in nature without her phone. At first, it felt like wasted time, but soon she noticed changes. She was calmer, more creative, and able to make better decisions. Her business not only survived, but thrived. She realized that the time spent emptying her mind was not wasted at all. It was the most productive investment she could make. Emptying your mind is not about creating a void. It is about making space for growth. Just as a farmer clears a field before planting seeds, you must clear your mind before greatness can grow. Your mind is not a storage room for endless thoughts. It is a tool for creation. The more clutter you remove, the sharper and more powerful that tool becomes. When you practice emptiness, you connect with your deeper self, your intuition, your inner wisdom, and your creative power. The answers you have been searching for are already inside you. You just need silence to hear them. Imagine a life where your mind is not weighed down by fears, regrets, and distractions. Imagine waking up with clarity, tackling challenges with confidence, and seeing opportunities everywhere. Imagine relationships that thrive because you are present and emotionally balanced. Imagine creativity flowing like water, decisions made with confidence, and stress no longer controlling you. This is not fantasy. It is reality for those who practice emptying their minds consistently. Months after beginning his practice, Alex's life looked completely different. He was calmer, sharper, more creative, and more fulfilled. His relationships improved, his work flourished, and his sense of freedom grew. He realized that his potential had never been outside of him. It had always been within, waiting for space to be unleashed. And the same is true for you. Your mind is your most powerful tool, but only when it is uncluttered. Emptying your mind is not about losing. It is about gaining. It is about clearing away the noise so the real you can shine through. The journey to an empty mind is not easy. At first, thoughts will resist. The mind will protest, craving distraction and chaos. But with patience and persistence, the practice becomes easier. Moments of clarity lengthen, focus strengthens, and the benefits multiply. Every time you let go of an unnecessary thought, you create more space for creativity, growth, and peace. Each small step builds into a profound transformation. So pause and reflect. What thoughts, fears, or distractions are holding you back? What regrets or doubts occupy your mind every day? And how would your life change if you could release them and create space for clarity, creativity, and growth? These are not idle questions. They are keys to unlocking your unlimited potential. To truly unlock your potential, make a daily commitment. Dedicate time to empty your mind, even if only for 5 or 10 minutes. Observe your thoughts without attachment. Breathe deeply and allow your mind to rest. Over time, the clarity you gain will ripple into every area of your life, your work, your relationships, your health, and your personal growth. An empty mind is not void. It is full of infinite possibility. In conclusion, your mind is one of the most powerful tools you possess, but only if it is clear and uncluttered. Thoughts, worries, distractions, and fears are like debris in a flowing river. They block the natural current of potential. By intentionally creating mental space, by learning to observe without attachment, and by letting go of unnecessary noise, you unlock the true power within. Your creativity, your decision-making, your intuition, and your ability to act effectively all expand when your mind is clear. Remember the words of the mentor to Alex. Your potential is always there, waiting for you. The key is not to add more to your mind, but to let go of what does not serve you. When your mind is empty, it becomes limitless. Take this lesson into your life. Begin today. Start small, but be consistent. Empty your mind regularly. Focus on what truly matters, and watch as doors you never imagined begin to open. The clarity, peace, and freedom you gain will allow you to pursue your goals with focus, creativity, and energy like never before. The journey of emptying your mind is a journey toward yourself. It is a journey toward understanding, freedom, and mastery. It is the path to unlocking your unlimited potential. Every moment you practice, every thought you release, and every distraction you overcome brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Your mind, once cluttered, can now become a sanctuary of focus and creativity. Your potential, once buried, can now rise to the surface. The world becomes clearer, opportunities become visible, and your life transforms. Empty your mind and unlock the limitless power that has always been inside you.